Next topic, it's called Meet a Muslim Campaign, and it was launched yesterday, and the idea is to connect Canadians with Muslim families to introduce them to traditions and culture, and certainly, most importantly, to remove misconceptions regarding Islam. The intentions are good, Ashley, but is this the best way to educate Canadians? Some might consider it hokey.
Look, as long as people are getting educated, I don't really care how it happens. I mean, certainly I think education has to happen in a lot of ways. It should happen in schools. I think, the media has a responsibility, certainly, but there's something very personal about having people into your home, A, and B, having them be able to ask sort of whatever question they want without any judgment. That's face-to-face contact there, and in doing so, Islam doesn't become just an idea, but it becomes people who practice the faith, who are just like you and me. You can sit across from them. They can be the hosts in their home, and I think it's actually quite lovely.
All right, so Ashley obviously thinks it's a good thing to do. Do you think, Kim, that this might diminish stereotypes and eliminate any Islamophobia that exists?
Well, I think, nothing bad comes from making new friends and finding out about other cultures. I think the challenge, though, in an initiative like this is that it's never implemented in places where it's really necessary. For example, in Quebec, outside of Montreal, we are not a very multicultural society here. So there aren't going to be a lot of Muslims you could sit down and meet face to face. If you pull off an initiative like that in the city of Montreal, I don't know how much impact it'll have because there are so many Muslim residents in this city that have come over from the Maghreb. So, it sounds like a good idea. I think more multicultural we can be, absolutely the better. But I'm not quite sure that the people who need it the most are going to be able to benefit from it.
All right, so what about that? Ritu Basin can join us now. Ritu, I'm glad you were able to join us. Hope you were able to hear some of the discussion about this question of meet a Muslim family. And, in terms of who this is for, who do you think will take them up on it? Do you think it's a good idea?
So I think it's an excellent idea. Interestingly, I had a unique experience myself in Toronto over the last few years. There's an organization here called the Intercultural Dialogue Institute that has created an opportunity during Ramadan to invite non-Muslims like myself to attend iftar dinners so that you can watch Muslim families break fast. And I have to tell you, it has been an excellent experience for myself and others who've partaken in the experience because you get to ask Muslim families what it's like to observe Ramadan, what it's like to break fast, what it's like to celebrate Eid. But really what we're trying to do here is help to raise people's level of comfort with people who are culturally different than themselves. And I do a lot of work in unconscious bias as a diversity professional, and what the research says around bringing people into your in-group is that we need repeated positive contact with people who are not like us, to learn about them, to build common bridges across similarities, to feel comfortable and to increase that level of dialogue, and that's exactly what this initiative is about. So my hope is that it will be highly effective.
Well, it sounds like there's consensus on this, that this is definitely a good thing to do. Okay, next.